Originally, this game was going to be another amazing addition to the Why It Works series, and from the base level, Alien Isolation seems like the perfect horror game. Being stranded on a giant space station with everyone trying to kill you, including a hyper-intelligent alien creature. So, why doesn't it work for me? Released in 2014, Alien Isolation was developed by Creative Assembly and published by Sega, who for some reason owns the rights to actually make Alien games. Do you guys see the correlation? Because I just don't. Alien Isolation was meant to finally be the game to launch the Xenomorph into an iconic horror villain. Now, this isn't to say that this was the first game to feature the Xenomorph. There were games like Aliens vs. Predator, Aliens vs. Predator 2, Aliens vs. Predator Requiem, you get the point. There were also games like Aliens Fireteam Elite and Aliens Infestation, which had the Xenomorph as the main antagonist, but all had one thing in common. You always played as a nobody soldier, walking around the stage looking for Xenomorphs to shoot.
And why this is such a big problem is that these games are following the concept to movies like Aliens 3 and Alien Resurrection, movies that consistently got worse as time went on. And I mean, it's okay if you enjoy playing those type of games. I mean, I enjoyed me some Evolve back in the day.
No servers found to host this game. Really?
They had aspects of horror, but it was more considered a horror shooter than an actual horror game. And this is where Alien Isolation comes in. Finally, a horror game featuring the Xenomorph as the true threat it is. And the best part being, it follows the events of the first Alien movie. So taking into mind that this game is based off one of the best movies Ridley Scott has ever made, it should be a good horror game, right? Right? Now, before I go shitting on this game, let's talk about a few things that I actually like about it. In terms of capturing the tone and atmosphere of the original Alien movie, Alien Isolation does a really good job. The attention to detail in creating a space station similar to that of the Nostromo from the movie is honestly one-to-one. Everything in the ship, from the terminal's old school computer design to the tools you use throughout the game, look pretty on point to what the characters in the universe would have used, as well as the story to the game as well. You play as Amanda Ripley, the main character of the first Alien film's fictional daughter. She's sent to investigate her mother's disappearance 15 years after the events of the 1979 film. Why the fuck it took her so long to get around to doing it is beyond me. After being separated from her team after trying to board the ship, she finds that the station has succumbed to massive anarchy due to an alien creature being let loose on the ship. And apparently a virus that makes everyone on the ship fucking assholes.
He totally doesn't see me.
Shh. What was that? We got an intruder.
Okay, well, let's take a moment and talk about the best part about Alien Isolation, the lip syncing.
There's no ships here.
There are now.
Well,
No, of course I'm talking about the Xenomorph. In terms of NPC programming, I'd say the Xenomorph is probably some of the best programming I've ever seen in a horror game. Unlike other horror games where the enemies have a scripted path they adhere to, the Xenomorph doesn't have one. Instead, its movements are dynamic and responsive to the player's actions, making any slight noise like a door opening or even the beeping of your detector changing its pathing towards your direction.
You're supposed to be chill. Why are you evil now? Why are you evil now? Wow. They just fucking wombo comboed me.
that ain't Falco. That ain't Falco. Oh!
The best part being, as you encounter the Xenomorph more and more, it starts being able to learn your movements and adjust its behavior. Gadgets like the Noisemaker, like its name states, are designed to lure the alien's attention away from an area with noise. And for the most part, they work. But over time, the alien will stop going towards that noise and even make it more cautious as it now knows you're in the area. The Xenomorph won't just be patrolling the station on foot, but strategically hunts you. It uses the environment to its advantage, crawling through vents, dropping from ceilings, and patrolling areas where it believes you might be hiding. Another area this game excels at is in its sound design and music. The music in Alien Isolation is very slow and brooding. It's constantly building more and more and feels very explorative but also unnerving, pretty much matching the music from the 1979 film.
Checked it out, Lambert.
The sounds in this game are one of the key elements to focus on when surviving. Since you risk attracting the xenomorph with the sound of the detector, using the sounds of its footstep or hisses it makes can be its own indication if it's coming towards or away from you. You don't even really need to see the alien to understand if it's safe to come out of your hiding spot or not. It's also a good indication of whether the alien spots you or not. If the alien does spot you, its movements are going to be a lot faster. But if it doesn't know where you are, its movements are going to be a lot slower, and it makes hissing noises to try to draw you out of wherever you're hiding.
But all those things are great when they work.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me. Alright, thank you.
One of my main criticisms I have about Alien Isolation is just how fast the effects of the game wear off, especially the xenomorph.
Jesus fucking Christ. Back. Get out of here. Take a fucking hint. You see how all the fear is gone now that, like, I just have a deterrent to this fucker? And look, they just gave me more. They gave me more ammo.
The first time we see the xenomorph is from the POV of Under a Desk. The mood and atmosphere of the situation is awesome and really effective, but over time, as you encounter the alien more and more, it just becomes an annoyance of constantly needing to hide under desks and inside lockers, while the alien goes in and out of the same room 20 times.
This dude's like a paranoid schizophrenic. Like, fuck me, man. The voices, no, they're not there. Go. Holy shit, he's gotta do his rounds one more fucking time. Oh, he's certain. Oh, he thinks so. He thinks. You know what, bro? You're right. I'm right here. I'm right here. Now fuck off. Holy shit. Oh my god. What the fuck?
The same goes for the working Joes, who pretty much act as another obstacle instead of an actual threat to the player. And this goes back to the xenomorph's non-existent pathing. While it is cool that the xenomorph can travel pretty much anywhere, as a result, the majority of times when I got caught, it felt more like a series of repetitive deaths rather than something I can learn from. Many of my deaths feeling more like bad RNG rolls than something that was actually my fault.
Jeez, alright. Well, yep. Hey guys, I had so much time to react to that. I'm sorry, dude. That's just my fault. I was in the wrong.
Not to mention, this game was released in 2014, which means that Alien Isolation is over a decade old now, which isn't too old for a game, but the fact that I have to manually downgrade this game because it has an FPS lock really bugs me. And if I don't cap the FPS, I'll occasionally have some zero gravity that leaks onto the ship.
Take that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Zero gravity. I love it, dude. Wow. I think I might have turned on the zero gravity at random times effect.
On top of a bunch of audio and visual bugs like missing death sounds, missing music, buggy animations, it just really makes it hard for the scares in this game to be effective.
Damn you, Coleman! You knew that thing was here!
You already said that. Alright, well... Oh, okay.
1702,
Okay, cool.
Now let's get down to the dispensary.
Let's go over here. Wow. That's amazing. How do you do that? Okay. Yep. Wow. Hey, buddy. Buddy, you might wanna... Huh. What the fuck? Coleman, you good, buddy?
Now, with all this being said, is Alien Isolation a good horror game? I would say, meh. It definitely has a lot to offer in terms of concept, and when the game actually works right, I would say it has some intense moments. But overall, this game just misses the mark, and it's just so disappointing. And this game could have been the launching point for an expanded universe. But many of the stories they had in the terminals that I read didn't even lead to anywhere. They were just useless interviews and reading logs that had nothing to do with the actual story. So unfortunately, much like the voice acting in this game, there's really not much there, and it's pretty soulless.
We need the transit to get to HQ, but it's down. Transit control is upstairs. Samuels says you're an engineer.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, right. We'll talk about that later, Waits. You protect them while I'm gone. Understood?
I didn't think it would allow me to do that.